Joanne, Samuel, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Uh,
Absolutely.
congratulations on the series. Very, very thrilling. Lots of twists and turns, and really questioning a lot of the things going on. Joanne, can you talk a little bit about finding the character Angela and playing her? Because a lot of it is very, very methodical and it has to do a lot with even just your expressions and the way you move and do things.
Thank you. Yeah, I just approached Angela as I do any character really, and I do as much or as little research as I feel is necessary to sort of build a person and build a psychology. And for Angela, I did a lot of research. I read 3 books. I watched a lot of documentaries. I spoke with Women's Aid, who are a British charity who helped us through the whole process of creating Angela Black. They actually advised Jack and Harry, our writers, in that when they were going through the script writing process. They were really incredible, put me in touch with some really great research material and also some of their counsellors who I was able to talk to. So I immersed myself in the subject matter as much as I could, and excuse me, and then just sort of built a kind of psychological profile for her, I guess, that why is this woman find herself, when we first meet Angela, she's a woman that sort of seems like she's got everything from the outside, but when you scratch the surface, her reality is very, very different, and she's a woman that's sort of lost her voice and lost herself. So that was an interesting journey to take her on, from starting in that space to almost kind of breaking herself down to be able to build herself back up again and change her situation and change her life.
Samuel, for you, your character Ed apparently has, from we meet him, has been in the kind of the dark side of the underworld of the bad side of this, and helping people. What is it about Angela that made you want to help her?
Emmanuel. Yeah, I suppose Ed, when we meet him, just seems like someone that just has a sort of sense of morality, even though, like you said, he has been on sort of the bad side of things. He just seems to really have sympathy for Angela, and sort of knows her situation, knows what's going on at home, is aware of the sort of horrible person that her husband is, and is just really trying to do right by her. I think in other situations he's probably chosen to do the wrong thing, but it's just something really kind about Angela, and something really innocent about her, and something that seems very undeserving of the treatment that she's getting. And like she works at this sort of, it's the strays, the dog home, the dog shelter, and you see that she's really good with her kids and loves her kids and drops them off and spends time with them. And I think, and really endeavors to be a good mother, as well as a good wife, and a good person in general. And I think, when you see someone in that situation, all of us would like to think that we'd help them as much as we could. And I guess he kind of sees himself as being in a position to help Angela. At least that's what we think of him when we first meet him. And then, of course, as the story continues, like, we get to learn more about Ed and his motives.
Joanna, he touched a lot of something very interesting, which is, you're very, and their character Angela's very good with their kids. Very, like, the perception of her in public is very open. And I love the theme of belief. Kind of, they do a great job at writing in a way where there are sometimes where, like, well, is it really happening? Is she, is this all is it real? Is it not? And how that connects to the real world in relationships where it's like everything looks fine, but is it or is it not? And then at one point, do you believe or disbelieve in the theme of just belief?
Yeah, well, it's Jack and Harry did a fantastic job of sort of hitting that level just right, I feel. And they wanted to do a thriller that had a very sort of Hitchcockian style about it. So it was sort of a slower moving pace to start with for the first few episodes, but it's sort of sowing seeds all the time. So nothing that happens or is said or is done is insignificant.
it may seem it at the time, but if you sort of go back and watch it again after you've got through all 6, you'll be going back and going, oh, okay, right. So that was because of this, and this was because of this. Which I think is just incredibly clever storytelling. And for me, it's the kind of show that I find very satisfying to watch as well.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to get into. And it's great. The pacing is just enough to just keep you going and keep you focused into the series. That's really what I enjoyed about it. Joanne, Samuel, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it. I'm enjoying the series, and I hope to talk to you both again.
Thank you,
Cheers,
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.